General knowledge test number 1. When a cooling container is part of a pressurized system, which of these statements is not true? The radiator cap can be safely removed and the coolant added while the engine is hot. 2. Which of these is a good thing to do when driving at night? Keep your speed slow enough that you can stop within the range of your headlights. 3. Which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? You can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. 4. You should avoid driving through deep puddles or flowing water, but if you must, which of these steps can help you keep your brakes working? Gently putting the brakes while driving through water. 5. Stab braking. Involves applying brakes and releasing them after the wheels lock up. 6. Implied consent means you have given your consent to be tested for alcohol in your blood. 7. Which of these should be tested while the vehicle is stopped? Parking brake. 8. You must complete a written vehicle inspection report each day and you must sign only when defects are noted that are certified to not need repair. 9. Which of the below is not characterized of a front tire failure? Vehicle fishtail. 10. What is the proper way to hold the steering wheel? With both hands on opposite sides of the wheel. 11. Which of these is true about mirror adjustment? You should adjust your mirrors prior to starting a trip. 12. What is counter steering? Turning the wheel back in the other direction after steering to avoid a traffic emergency. 13. The distance that you should look ahead of your vehicle while driving amounts to about blank miles at highway speed. 1/4. Why will your vehicle speed naturally increase on downgrades? Gravity. 15. Which of these pieces of emergency equipment should be carried in your vehicle? Warning devices or parked vehicles. 16. During a vehicle inspection, checking the blink will not help prevent a fire. Battery fluid level. 17. You should signal continuously while turning because you need both hands on the wheel to turn safely. 18. Why is a broken exhaust system dangerous? Poison fumes could enter the cab or sleeper berth. 19. You can see a marking on a vehicle. The marking is a red triangle with an orange center. What does the marking mean? It may be a slow-moving vehicle. 20. The purpose of retarders is to help slow the vehicle while driving and reduce brake wear. 21. Most serious skids result from driving too fast for conditions. 22. When you are parked on the side of the road at night, you must turn on your 4-way emergency flashers to warn others. 23. You are checking your steering and exhaust system in a pre-trip inspection. Which of these problems, if found, should be fixed before the vehicle is driven? Steering wheel play of more than 10 degrees. When you are 24. CDL medical certificates must be renewed every 2 years. You do not have a hazmat endorsement on your commercial driver's license. You can drive a vehicle hauling hazardous materials when the vehicle does not require placards. 26. To avoid a crash, you had to drive onto the right shoulder. You are now driving at 40 miles per hour on the shoulder. How should you move back onto the pavement? If the shoulder is clear, stay on it until your vehicle has come to a stop. Then move back onto the pavement when it's safe. 27. Containerized loads are generally used when freight is carried partway by rail or ship. 28. In a mirror, you see a car approaching from the rear. The next time you check your mirror, you do not see the car. You wish to change lanes. You should wait to change lanes until you are sure the car isn't in your blind spot. 29. Whenever you double your speed, your vehicle has about blank times the destructive power if it crashes. 4. 30. You are starting your vehicle in motion from a stop. As you apply power to the driver's wheel, they start to spin. You should take your foot off the accelerator. 31. Placards must be placed on all 4 sides of the vehicle. 32. You are driving a new truck with a manual transmission. What gear will you probably have to use to take a long, steep downhill grade? A lower gear than you would use to climb the hill. 33. A car suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. Which of these actions should you not take? Honk and stay close behind the car. 34. What should you do if you are unsure whether you have enough overhead clearance? Find another route that will not require driving under the object. 35. You are driving a heavy vehicle. You must exit a highway using an off-ramp that curves downhill. You should slow down to a safe speed before the curve. 36. You're driving a vehicle at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement. About how much total stopping distance will you need to bring it to a stop? The length of a football field. 37. Which of these is not part of the pre-trip inspection of the engine compartment? Valve clearance. 38. Truck escape ramps. Help avoid damage to the vehicles. 39. On which fires can you use water? Tires. 40. What is the term for a commercial vehicle habit of swinging wide on turns? Off-tracking. 41. Backing a commercial vehicle is always dangerous. 42. Convex mirrors show a wider area than flat mirrors show. 43. Your brakes can get wet when you drive through a heavy rain. What can this do when your brakes are applied? Trailer jackknife. 44. If you are being tailgated, you should increase your following distance. They mean in front of you, not behind you. 41. When driving in cold weather, your tire tread should provide enough traction to steer and push the vehicle through snow. 46. Which of these statements about staying alert to drive is true? Sleep is the only thing that can overcome fatigue. 47. You are checking your brakes and suspension system for a pre-trip inspection. Which of these statements is true? Brake shoes should not have oil, grease, or brake fluid on them. 48. For a first offense of driving commercial vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, you will lose your CDL license. You will lose your CDL for at least 1 year. 49. A full stop is required at a railroad grade crossing when the nature of the cargo makes a stop mandatory under state or federal regulations. 50. What color is your service line? Blue. Side notes. Look for the safest or most dangerous answer, and that's usually the correct one. Be careful with the questions that have "not" in them. You can do one test at a time at the DMV, take a break between testing, and do a quick recap on the questions and answers on the test you're about to do. 10 feet equals 1 second of space between you and the car in front, plus 1 second if you are going above 40 miles per hour. 40 feet at 35 miles per hour is 4 seconds. 40 feet at 45 miles per hour is 5 seconds.